Western Conference rival, the Dallas Mavericks, are ready for this thing to get started. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. You look at Minnesota. These guys have been getting it done pretty much everywhere in the midst of a good stretch here. Back home again would propel them to another win.
And the start of a brief homestand for them. And they have a chance, Kevin, to get some wins in front of the home fans before they get back out on the road.
And Clark, perimeter offense may be the primary weapon in tonight's game. Certainly, that's true for the two teams playing here.
No doubt about it. I mean, you think about the long-range shooting capability and capacity, a big part of both of these teams offensively. And no lead is safe, Kevin. When you've got teams that can knock down threes the way these teams can, that means a lot of possessions, and leads are never out of range.
And fun to watch, and for us, fun to broadcast.
Always.
From deep. No good from Booker. Here's Sexton. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Pass to Brogdon. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Drummond throws it down.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
Now here's Booker. He's been playing part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Sexton. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Now here's Middleton. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Here's Sexton. It's Drummond, top of the key. And Drummond throws it down.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group.
It out to Booker. Got a piece of it. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And so here is Dallas. Bob for Green. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive seeker.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And getting better at distributing in the pick and roll. Sexton wants to evolve more as a passer.
Now, here's Rubio. Pocket 6. For 3, Booker. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Let's go. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
attacking the defense with the pass there, Kevin. Rubio with great vision and no hesitation on the delivery.
Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Well, they're scorching right now. I mean, the defense has to be concerned. Nothing they're doing is stopping this run.
Mavericks leading by 6.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
It's Drummond with the drive. He gets that one. Drummond's got 12 in the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now, here's Rubio. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Iguodala. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, you know, it's early for sure, but still, they're flat out owning this team right now.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Sexton with it. The drive by Green. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard. Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Pass to Sexton. Inside. And Drummond throws it down.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. Yeah, you see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Booker. Here's Nene. Takes it out to Booker. Andre Drummond has been on display. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach you've seen so far for the Mavericks?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Now, here's Fultz. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks leading by 12.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Well, he never backs down. Thanks, David. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a renaissance man.
The drive by Booker. Great D that time from Green.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Out to the wing. Releases. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Free throw good, Booker. Floor spacing is such an important element of the game now, Clark, and I know you have a list of guys who you think can stretch it the most in the game now.
Yeah, you start with Steph Curry. I mean, clearly, his shot-making ability from anywhere in the building is unlike most any other in the league. Damian Lillard has similar type range. Jamal Crawford would come to mind. But Steph Curry's at the head of that list for me.
And the technical free throw is good.
You know, he's a big guard who really uses his size well. Brogdon is capable of playing either of the guards, but he's old school in that way, just a guard who happens to be very versatile.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and he's off to the races.
Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Rose penetrating. Looking to get back on track here. Again, the miss by...
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Now here's Iguodala. Side. Kicks it out to Booker. Shoots over Brogdon. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 6 here in this quarter. Mavericks leading by 17. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Pass to Jerebko. Over to the wing. McGee. Will not go. This is off the front iron. .144 left to play in the first half. Now here's Iguodala. Back to McGee. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Tipped away. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 17. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Crowder with the steal. Stolen by McGee. And here is Jerebko. Beyond the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. Jerebko's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, flat. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Stauskas. Now here's Sexton. He's covered by Rhodes. Now Sexton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 4 to shoot. Dallas moving it around. And it's Drummond missing. Bulls trailed by 20. Just 1 second in the shot clock and game clock. And good that time.
Taking the hit like a champ, the muscular Fareed is outstanding at playing through and pushing through contact.
The Mavericks shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good. Dallas making a switch here. So he gets them both.
And you see the speed, the athleticism, and scoring ability of Sexton. Special. A guard with a fantastic skill set and loads of potential.
And there's the call on Chandler. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so he makes both from the line. And here's Booker from the... And that one released in time, but no good. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. The Mavericks on top, running away with it. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Pass to Rubio. Here's Booker. A 3 ball. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 19 points for Devin Booker.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual judge.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Dives for it. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But, Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Pass to Rubio. Back to Booker. There's the 3. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Booker outside. Chandler outside. Back to Rubio. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Over Iguodala. And the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got his first 2 points of the night.
On the finishing end of the catch and shoot, Rubio trying to become a better all-around scorer.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. And that one is off.
The highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Green. And here is Drummond. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Drummond's got 20 points.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Clark, when you played some tremendous talent at the forward position, as you go back in your Rolodex, who was the toughest matchup for you?
Well, I look at some of the names of guys that I played against. Mark Aguirre, Larry Bird, obviously Kevin McHale, and Boston. Calvin Nat was terrific with Portland at the time. Marcus Johnson in Milwaukee. Bernard King in New York probably was the toughest guy I had to deal with because he was such an animal and beast as a scorer and was relentless in his movement without the ball. He was probably the hardest guy I had to check.
Boy, some great names there.
Yeah, big-time scores at that forward position.
Now Rubio. After Wendell Carter missed from long range. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here we go, one-on-one. Got that one up quick. 23 points in the game.
Yeah, when Rubio's in there, he's looking to do one thing on the offensive end. He's kind of an Allen wrench. He wants to simply facilitate.
Dallas calls timeout. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Pass to Fultz. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Dorsey, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul. They double him with Booker. And stolen by McConnell. It's stolen by Fultz. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Here's Fultz. He's still scoreless so far in this one. He lobs it up. And it's McGee with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
And here's Booker from the arc.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And Crowder comes up to help. Back to Brogdon. McGee inside. That one goes in. Urebko's got 7. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though. But sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
Now here's Booker. 23 points in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
Both teams changing it up here. Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Sexton with it. 3 seconds left. And Sexton slams it in.
And how about the leaping ability there on the slam? I love how Sexton just rises up with confidence inside.
And so it's Dallas rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up a quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be right back after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Clark, these days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries, more emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. Are you reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
Outside Holiday. This one for 3. Can't hit that one. And Minnesota will come the other way. No good from Booker.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss and get ready for the next one.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on.
That one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. And it's now 26 points for Devin Booker.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Poked away. It's stolen by Carroll. Booker with no one around. It's Drummond with the rebound. And it's Drummond with the ball. Bring it up. Dallas. To the wing on the left. Now, here's Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Let the big dog eat. Love seeing Drummond throw it down like that. Beautiful.
Kept alive. Booker with it. Over Holiday. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Dallas moving the ball around. Drummond in the post. Here's Dorsey. And here is Drummond. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clark, over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBA, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of labor peace.
Yeah, and I think that's great for all sides. And you've got to recognize that some of the unrest in the past was really necessary to get to this place where we may have labor and league peace for the next decade. I mean, there's no justice without struggle. There's no smooth sailing without some bumpy sailing at times. So credit the league, the Players Association, and the players for getting to this place now where the league is doing well in all measures and the game is healthy and good. But that's a team effort, all involved.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge. Also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the officials. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
Here's Fultz. And he banks in the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Green taking his time here. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none. But I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
Fresh 24 for the Mavericks. Fires the three. And Nick Stauskas with the three. Stauskas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
When Stauskas gets open from downtown, I mean, he's like cash money. Right on time, all the time. Just an unreal three-point shooter who keeps getting better and better.
Sinks the triple. 29 points for Devin Booker.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. That's a jump ball. So it's Minnesota now. Pass to Fareed. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and period, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
Look at the number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Now they've got their sights set on that sweep, Greg, 3-zip, and given what's going on in the first 2 games, my guess is that's what's going to happen.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Drummond.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And here are the Timberwolves. To the paint. Booker. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Now Fultz. Here is McGee. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was